Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and the light is adjusting here. There we go. Today we have Bob Ballard, An Explorer's Life. This is a 45-minute documentary from National Geographic. It's from 2021, so it's pretty new. And you're asking yourself, who's Bob Ballard? If that's you, you should probably know this guy. If you've watched any number of historic um, documentaries from National Geographic on Disney Plus, which we have done, and I actually couldn't remember who he was until I looked, until I watched it, and then realized, oh yeah, his name is mentioned in pretty much every documentary that's, and there's a lot of them, that involves the Titanic. He's known as the man who found the Titanic. So kind of a big deal, and the kind of thing is that there's a whole lot more going on to the discovery of the Titanic than you realize. It He wasn't actually technically looking for the Titanic. He was actually working for the Navy on a secret mission. Yeah, it was during the Cold War, and he didn't know what was going on. He was supposed to be finding lost submarines, but under the cover of looking for the Titanic. Thing is, he also used that time to actually look for the Titanic, and he found it. So, yeah, spoiler. But it's actually a pretty fascinating story, and this is really, I mean, you wonder, okay, why is this even on Disney Plus? What does it have to do with Disney? There's so many ties to Disney in this thing. Uh, it's like he was inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Jules Verne story, the film starring Kirk Douglas. That is also on Disney Plus. He came from Middle America and moved to California as a kid, and he was immediately enamored by the ocean, and it inspired him to go on to become a scientist, oceanographer, and a man who has discovered not just shipwrecks all over the place, like famous shipwrecks, but also has gone to the bottom of the sea for sometimes 5 days at a time inside a submarine capsule kind of thing for exploration. And uh, the kind of discoveries he and his team had made over the years uh, were rewriting the geography books, rewriting the biology books, rewriting chemistry books uh, on an almost daily basis. It seemed like it. He is, yeah, he knows he's going to be forever known as the guy who found the Titanic, and it's kind of like being that band who you put out 5 albums, you have one hit, and suddenly that's the only song anybody ever knows, and then you disappear again, and you put out 5 more albums, but everybody's like, I want to hear that one song. I don't care about any of your new stuff. I don't care about any of your old stuff. Just that one song. Well, it's a thing. He went from a scientist to a celebrity in almost no time at all back in the 80s, and it was good and bad. A lot went on throughout that time. I don't want to spoil anything else for you. If this is the kind of thing that you're interested in, it's meant to be. To add on to that whole Disney thing, this is meant to be something that not just informs, it educates and everything else, but inspires. It The ocean. Just looking at some of the footage, the underwater footage that they captured when they used to do a live feed. When I forget what they called it, telepresence. When they were doing live feeds of searching the ocean floor with kids watching, you know, mouths agape, like, oh my god, I can't believe we're seeing this stuff for real in real time. It was a new thing back in the 90s. It was Project Jason, I believe. Um, Kind of freaking cool. And now these days they can do it nonstop, 24/7. It sparks the imagination, and that's another humongous Disney thing. Yeah, it's not like Disney owns that concept, but the idea that it's a huge hook into what this documentary is all about. Um, it's meant to inspire. It's meant to spark the imagination and help hopefully inspire the next generation of explorers, uh, scientists, and people who we, we kind of had this idea that we know everything, that we have everything figured out. We know that this is the way things are right now, and it's not going to change. Well, that's what exploration does. It changes what we know, and it doesn't say, "Oh, this is completely wrong," but it builds upon it and betters our understanding. And this story of this guy's life, the story of everything that he's involved himself with, not just the hook of "I found the Titanic," is actually pretty cool. So this is a whole lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I was like, okay, ocean guy, documentary, family, boats, fish, Titanic. But it was a lot more than that. And there is a little bit of tragedy along with the triumph throughout this. So yeah, it's worthwhile. It's worth checking out. I was surprised that it was as interesting as I is more interesting than I thought it would be. So yeah, check it out if this is your kind of thing, and if you have a little scientist in your family and you want to inspire them to one, I mean, it'll draw you in just to see all the great underwater sea creature stuff. There's some amazing stuff, and mixed in. I mean, this is modern stuff mixed with like archival footage, some lost interview stuff from decades ago that is worth checking out, mixed all together. And yeah, so I say check it out if it's your thing. If not, maybe this will be better. Let's pick tomorrow's.
567.
Went from 56 to 567. 567. Okay. All right. Well, we have a movie, and I have not seen this yet. This is actually, I think it's a Disney Plus original. It was released. I don't know if it was released. It was probably released 2 winters ago, because it's kind of a wintry type of story. I think it's based on a true story, and it actually stars Willem Dafoe, uh, not in his crazy Green Goblin role. So we're going to be watching Togo. Yeah, we're going to watch Togo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I gotta figure out what the accent is. Togo on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.